In ancient Babylon, a king named Nebuchadnezzar built something massive, a golden statue so tall it scraped the sky. And when the music played, everyone had to bow. Officials, soldiers, leaders, merchants, everybody. This wasn't just worship. It was a loyalty test. But among the crowd stood three young Hebrew men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They had Babylonian names, jobs, and all the pressure of a foreign culture on them. But they refused to bow to a Babylonian god, and that's where the real story begins. The music plays, people drop like dominoes, faces to the ground. But these three men stay standing. You can just imagine the silence around them, the tension, the shock. Because when everyone else bends, the one person standing looks like an act of rebellion. And some people didn't just notice, they reported it. They ran to the king saying, "Your Majesty, you made a law, but these three men you promoted? They don't respect your gods. They refuse to bow to your image." Now understand this, the king wasn't just angry. He was insulted. Pride hates disobedience. So Nebuchadnezzar calls them in. He gives them a second chance. He says, "When the music plays again, bow. If you don't, you'll be thrown into a burning furnace. And then what God will be able to rescue you from my hand?" That line isn't just a threat. It's a direct challenge to God. And the response from these three men is one of the boldest statements of faith in the entire Bible. They said, "King Nebuchadnezzar, we don't need to defend ourselves. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us. But even if he does not, we will not serve your gods or worship your image." Did you catch that? God asterisk can asterisk. But even if he asterisk doesn't asterisk, our loyalty doesn't change. That's not just faith for a miracle. That's faith for a purpose. Now the king's face changes. The Bible says he was furious. He orders the furnace heated 7 times hotter than usual. 7 times. Not because 7 is a real temperature setting, but because rage always tries to overkill. Then he commands his strongest soldiers to tie them up fully dressed and throw them in. The heat is so intense that the soldiers who push them in die from the flames. Think about that. The fire killed the people throwing them in. But it didn't finish the people thrown in. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego fall into the furnace. Bound, condemned, no escape. But then something happens that shakes the entire empire. Nebuchadnezzar leaps to his feet, confused. He asks, "Didn't we throw 3 men into the fire?" His advisors reply, "Certainly, your majesty," he says. "Then why do I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods? Walking, not screaming, not burning, not collapsing, walking." Because the fire that was meant to destroy them became the very place where God revealed himself. And here's the part people often miss. God didn't stop them from entering the fire. He joined them inside it. Nebuchadnezzar rushes to the furnace opening and shouts, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out." And they step out. No burns, no blisters. Not even the smell of fire on their clothes. The only thing that burned was what tied them. Let that sink in for a moment. The fire didn't burn them. It burned what bound them. And suddenly, the same king who tried to break their faith makes a new law for the whole nation. There is no other God who can save in this way. Then he promotes them to even higher positions. So here is the message for you today. Some fires in your life are designed by the enemy to end you, but God can use them to expose his presence. Some furnaces are meant to shame you, but God can turn them into a stage for his glory. And sometimes the reason you didn't burn is because God didn't send you in alone. So if you're in a season that feels like intense heat, pressure, stress, betrayal, loss, hear this. Fire didn't finish them, and it won't finish you. Because when God is with you in the furnace, it becomes your testimony. You may enter bound, but you will come out freer. If this story spoke to you today, let me know in the comments by writing, "I will not bow." Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.